the OnePlus Z set to launch on July 10 in India, potentially under $350. Under 350, that is a deal and a half, if I do say so myself, if these are the specs that it's going to come with. So this article by Damian Wild. Much has been made of the upcoming affordable OnePlus Z, and according to new information, it will launch in India on July 10th, which is about a month from now. If you are not familiar with the OnePlus Z, let me educate you real quick. The OnePlus Z is another phone that OnePlus is working on, which is their budget, mid-range, something cheaper than the OnePlus 8, something cheaper than the OnePlus 8 Pro. And for $350, that would be way under what I thought this would price out at. The specs on this, well, we'll get into that because I've talked about it before, but we'll talk about it here. So, according to sources close to Android Central, the 2020 mid-range OnePlus will be shown for the first time in public during the second week of July. However, the guys over at Android Central also note that, like the OnePlus 8 series launch event, this is still a tentative launch date. Leaks have suggested that the OnePlus Z will be powered by the Qualcomm Snapdragon 765G chipset. If you weren't aware, at first they were talking about it using a MediaTek Dimensity 1000 chipset, which is faster and I think more performance worthy than the 765G, but Qualcomm I think either worked something out with them or I don't know, whatever. Some behind the back door deals, whatever. Features a 6.55 inch 90 hertz AMOLED panel. Okay, so a higher refresh rate panel as well, 6 gigs of RAM and 128 gigs of internal storage on the base model. All that is pretty good for a $350 price point. That is going to put the Google Pixel. Well, no, wait a minute. First of all, the Pixel 4a is going to be priced at $350 is what they're claiming, but the Pixel 4a is only going to have a 730 chipset as opposed to this 765G. So this OnePlus Z would be faster in terms of performance already. And this is the same Snapdragon that they're going to be putting in the Pixel 5. And who knows what the Pixel 5 is going to be priced at. So that is a hell of a deal. Wow, wait, I don't know why I'm just putting that together now. It is also expected to come with an in-display optical fingerprint reader and central punch hole notch. The rear camera is set up. The rear camera setup is rumored to consist of a 48 megapixel main sensor, 16 megapixel ultra wide angle lens, and a 2 megapixel macro shooter. While these are rumored, some other reports suggest they might not be so accurate. So this report comes after OnePlus CEO confirmed that the second gen OnePlus TV is set to be unveiled in India on July 2nd. Do any of you have the first gen OnePlus TV? I haven't even researched anything about this OnePlus TV. Is it like Android TV? Something I don't own either. I only own a Chromecast. We talked about this on Friday Night Tech Talk, and I've only been using a Chromecast forever. I've never even used a Roku. I've never used Android TV. I don't even know what this OnePlus TV is. Anyway, however, we still have no word on the potential global launch of the OnePlus Z, which will be of particular interest to many. Yeah, I think there's a good amount of us that would be willing to spend $350 for the specs on a OnePlus Z if these are correct or accurate, which will be of particular blah blah. I said that with the OnePlus 8 series reaching prices that have made many fans wince, me included. I will not pay $700 for a OnePlus 8 or $900 for a OnePlus 8 Pro because that's just way too much money. The OnePlus Z launch will undoubtedly be followed very closely. Another leak via XDA suggests that, as per a customer survey, the OnePlus Z could be available for as low as, I don't know exactly what that currency is. Please forgive me, 24,990 or around $330 in India, which is super cheap. Is that rupees then? Is that what that is? This would make it by far the cheapest OnePlus device for some time and would substantially undercut the OnePlus 8 series. Just how the global launch dates and pricing translates is unknown. Yeah. I just said that weird. Just how the global launch dates and pricing translates is unknown. But even if the OnePlus Z were to come at under $400 or 400 pounds in the US and UK, respectively, it would be a very enticing smartphone at the stage of 2020. I definitely think that would be a phone a lot of people would be talking about at under a $400 price point. Taking all of that information on board, are you looking forward to the launch of the OnePlus Z? Let us know down in the blah blah blah. You guys know how that works. Yeah, that's really interesting. I don't know why I didn't put two and two together earlier, but the fact that this phone could be under $400 with a Snapdragon 765G chipset, let's talk about this again. The LG Velvet that has that 765G chipset right now is selling for over $700 US in Korea. I mean, I don't know if that's what it's going to be priced at here in the States or when it's coming to the States. I think it's coming to Europe, or it's going to Europe first before it even touches the States. But the fact that there's such a price difference between those two phones is already, I mean, people are going to take notice and people are going to talk about it. I just want to kind of continue on because I took a couple articles. I didn't read through these. So I just want to see if there's anything some of these other articles missed, and we'll go through it and then I'll go into chat. But this article from Droid Life is saying reported OnePlus Z specs, low price spells trouble for the Pixel 4a. Yeah, and it definitely would, because again, when I pulled this up, I didn't think much about it until I realized that the Pixel 4a is going to have a Snapdragon 730 chipset, and the Pixel or the OnePlus Z will have a Snapdragon 765. And if they're going to be priced similarly, I mean, the only differentiating factor then would be the camera, and who knows how good the camera is going to be on the OnePlus Z. I mean, that might turn people off. If the camera's not as good as the Pixel 4a, then people are going to be like, well, I'll take the lower performance. I might not even notice the lower performance, and I'll pay the $350 for the Pixel 4a because I know it has a better camera than the OnePlus Z. And I mean, I can't give a lot of credit to OnePlus because I don't. You know what? I thought I saw an article that said, or maybe do I have it here? I thought there was an article that said that the OnePlus 8 Pro beat the Galaxy S20 in terms of camera performance on DxOMark, but I don't know. I kind of take DxOMark with a grain of salt. Yes, it's a good way to like baseline where camera quality is, but it's not the be all end all. Anyway, it wasn't long ago when OnePlus said it would offer less expensive phones, a move that would bring it a bit closer to its roots in this industry. This week, specs for the rumored OnePlus Z, previously referred to as OnePlus 8 Lite, have made their way online thanks to a survey that was sent out to select credit card holders living in India. That's interesting that it would be. Was it like a similar survey to the Pixel 5 when people got surveys about what they would rather prefer over a phone? Anyway, yeah, that's what it is. According to this survey, which asked consumers if they'd have interest in this phone, the OnePlus Z features, we've read this though, 6.55-inch Super AMOLED display, 90 hertz refresh rate, 765 snap, 6 gigs of RAM, 128 gigs of internal storage, 4,300 milliamp hour battery. I don't think that they mentioned that, with 30-watt fast charging, and then a triple rear camera setup. I mean, this is a ton of specs for a phone that's $350. The crazy part is the price is reported to be what's about $330 in India. Yeah, I thought I had another article there, and I don't. But that is a deal and a half. I don't know who wouldn't at least consider a phone like that at that price if they were looking for a new phone around the 3, 4, maybe even $500 price point.